The collective had mapped 17,000 inhabited worlds across the spiral arm, cataloged 43 sentient species, and maintained the largest interstellar waste management operation in known space. They prided themselves on efficiency, protocol, and above all, their strict environmental standards, which made their current predicament all the more embarrassing. Commander Zexither stood before the holographic display, his three eyes blinking in asynchronous horror. The third planet from the yellow star designation dump site for 1872 was showing biosignatures. Complex ones, impossible ones. Run the skin again. He clicked through his translator implant. His subordinate, a nervous creature named Plix, manipulated the controls with trembling appendages. Sir, the readings are consistent. There are billions of them. They're everywhere, for the past 200 cycles. The collective had been dumping their most toxic industrial waste on this remote planet. Heavy metals from mining operations, radioactive byproducts from fusion plants, chemical sludge from manufacturing worlds. The planet had seemed perfect, abundant water to dilute the toxins, active geology to bury the waste, and best of all, completely uninhabited. Except it wasn't. How did we miss this? Zexither's voice carried the weight of someone whose career was actively disintegrating. The preliminary surveys were conducted 300 cycles ago, sir. The planet showed only microbial life, nothing sentient, nothing that should have survived what we've been depositing there. Zexither pulled up the waste manifest. His stomach's churned. Plutonium, mercury, dioxins. Compounds so toxic they were banned on every civilized world. Enough poison to sterilize a dozen planets. And yet, the life signs were growing stronger. Wendy Chen checked her phone as she walked across the university campus, completely unaware that her existence was causing an interstellar crisis. The notification was from her research partner, Mickey Rodriguez, asking her to hurry to the lab. "You're not going to believe this," Mickey said the moment she entered, his eyes bright with excitement behind his safety goggles. He was hunched over a soil sample from the new construction site downtown. "Another contamination?" Wendy asked, setting down her coffee. "Not just contamination. Look at these readings." He gestured to the mass spectrometer display. "I'm finding elements that shouldn't exist in these concentrations. And the isotope ratios are all wrong." Wendy leaned in, her brow furrowing. That can't be natural." "Exactly. It's like someone's been dumping exotic waste all over the city. But the weird part? The bacteria in the soil are thriving. They're actually metabolizing compounds that should be lethal." They spent the next 3 hours analyzing samples, finding the same impossible results. Heavy metals that should have created dead zones were instead surrounded by thriving ecosystems. Radioactive isotopes that had no business being on Earth. Chemical signatures that matched nothing in any database. "We need to report this to the EPA," Wendy said finally. Mickey nodded, but his expression was troubled. "Wendy, where is this stuff coming from?" The collective council convened in emergency session. Representatives from 43 species filled the chamber, their various forms of agitation filling the air with clicks, whistles, and bioluminescent flashes. "This is an unprecedented disaster," declared the Council Prime, an ancient being who had overseen the collective for 600 cycles. "We have been poisoning a sentient species for 2 centuries. The legal ramifications alone could bankrupt our entire operation. We should send a delegation immediately," suggested the representative from Chloris 9. "Offer reparations, medical assistance, begin evacuation procedures." Evacuation? Zexither, who had been summoned to testify, felt all 3 of his eyes widen. "Counselor, there are 8 billion of them. Where would we evacuate them to?" The chamber fell silent. "Perhaps," Plix ventured quietly, "we should first determine why they're still alive." The Council Prime's sensory organs swiveled toward the young analyst. "Explain." "Sir, the toxicity levels on that planet should have caused mass extinctions decades ago. Yet the population is increasing. Their cities are expanding. By all metrics, they appear to be thriving." A murmur ran through the chamber. "Pull up their biological data," the Council Prime commanded. The hologram shifted, displaying a human form rotating slowly in 3 dimensions. Data scrolled past: genetic structure, metabolic processes, cellular regeneration rates. By the ancients, breathed the representative from Aqueous Prime. Look at their liver function. It's regenerating toxic compounds into harmless metabolites. And their immune system, added another counselor. It's adaptive, aggressive. It treats the toxins as invaders and develops countermeasures. Their gut biome, Plix added, highlighting another data stream, contains bacteria that can break down compounds we consider irreversibly toxic. They're using our waste as nutrition. The Council Prime was silent for a long moment. Are you telling me, he said slowly, that we've been dumping our most dangerous waste on a planet inhabited by a species that can eat it, not just eat it, sir, Zexither said, reviewing the data with newfound respect. They're evolving to process it more efficiently. Their offspring are showing increased resistance with each generation. 3 weeks later, Wendy and Mickey presented their findings to a packed auditorium. Their research had attracted attention from environmental scientists worldwide. The mysterious contamination was global, they'd discovered, and appeared to be decreasing over time. Life finds a way. Wendy concluded her presentation. What we're witnessing is adaptation on a massive scale. Humanity and our associated ecosystems are developing mechanisms to neutralize these foreign compounds. Mickey advanced to the next slide. We're calling it the anthropogenic detoxification response. Essentially, we're turning pollutants into resources. The bacteria, the plants, even our own bodies. We're all adapting together. The applause was thunderous. What they didn't know, what they couldn't know, was that high above Earth's atmosphere, the collective had made a decision. We're redesignating the planet, the Council Prime announced. Dump site for 1872 is now registered as Earth, homeworld of humanity. Species classification, extreme death world survivors, and the waste disposal operations, asked Zexither, terminated immediately. In fact, the Council Prime's expression shifted to something that might have been admiration or fear. It was hard to tell. I want a proposal on my desk within the cycle. If these humans can process our toxic waste, perhaps we should be paying them to do it. Zexither nodded slowly, looking at the blue-green planet on the display. A species that could thrive in a toxic wasteland, that could evolve to eat poison, that could turn death into life. Humanity, indeed. Sir, he ventured, should we make contact? Warn them about what we did. The Council Prime considered this. Not yet. Let's observe a while longer. Something tells me that when we do meet humanity, we'll want to approach them very, very carefully on Earth. Wendy and Mickey celebrated their breakthrough with the rest of their research team, drinking beer and laughing about their strange findings. They had no idea they were being watched. No idea that they just solved an alien crisis simply by being human. Above them, the stars twinkled silently, holding their secrets a little while longer.